Oh, you got your own thing. Well, hello?
I don't know.
Oh,
It works well.
yeah. Okay, here, basically, just pick up the pen. Pick it up. And just find any particular feeling within your body.
Okay. Does it have to be a real feeling?
Well, yeah.
Does it have to be a physical feeling or an emotional
No, an
feeling?
emotional feeling. Just choose an emotion that's sort of buzzing higher than any other emotion. Could positive or negative, doesn't really matter. You got it?
Yeah. Do you want to write it down?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Just in a minute. Okay, now just very quickly, holding that emotion and drawing from that emotion, finding where it is in your body, using that emotion wherever it is in your body, just to let yourself draw it. You know, feel that emotion coming out and just directing the pen over the page any way you want, and just draw for a minute. It could be any kind of shape or anything. Just let it go. Let the emotion flow out through the pen.
He's studying it. He's an experiment.
This came from nowhere.
He's a guinea pig.
Yeah, I mean, did you even plan to draw a man?
Well, as soon as you kind of said it, I kind of had... who said it was a man?
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry. Go on, keep going. Yeah, just let that feeling, come out through your hands onto the page. Try and stay focused on the feeling whilst you're drawing. Let the drawing sort of draw itself, if you know what I mean.
Why is this
Try not to think too much about it.
We're recording. I decided that it needed to be recorded what we were talking about.
Yeah, so for the audience at home, we're basically doing a little... I'm experimenting on Connor for my own glee, basically. And not really, well, kind of. Just trying to illustrate a point, anyway.
I got this before Chris did something else. It lasts forever.
What's the emotion, would you say? So interesting.
What do you think the emotion is?
Well, I don't know. You have to tell me what you think it is. If I was to say, looking at this picture, I would say it's some kind of anger.
Well, think about what we think about our discussion previous to you. Let me draw these hands a bit better.
Frustration of criticism, is it?
No.
It's a very blocky person.
When you go in the army, nearly same prices.
Oh, 5. Good. No thumbs.
Is it about sort of angry, just raw angry expression?
Other parts of the body that
No,
Well, it's similar.
Is it you finished?
Yeah.
It's a bear or a cat. Looks like a cat. Head is quite small. I don't. What do you think? You tell me.
It was supposed to be a wolf standing up like a person.
Okay.
And what it is I was thinking of argumentative. I don't know if that's an emotion.
Yeah.
That's what
feeling of being argumentative.
Yeah. It's kind of antagonism, perhaps. Antagonistic. Might be a better word.
Well, you were feeling
antagonistic. Yeah.
Antagonistic.
For a reason, because I disagreed with what you were saying.
Oh, right.
Well, I agreed with something with you 50%, but I also disagreed with you because I honestly.
Right. So would you call this a piece of artwork?
What I call it? Because it's an expression of emotion, possibly, yeah.
Is it communicating anything to anybody else?
Depends who looks at it.
Right.
It does depend who looks at it. Some people might look at it and say it's a sketch.
Yeah.
Other people might look at it and say it's just a, you know, it's a pointless image, right?
How does it make you feel?
I don't know, satisfying to let all my anger out on the antagonism out on the piece of paper. Because look at the way I was like the angles and stuff like that. Those angles there, I did those on purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, normally I draw. I started drawing recently. I should show you my sketchbook.
Oh right.
But I have like drawn. I'll tell you how many things. One.
But what was the point you're antagonised about?
Well, that you were just kind of saying that, you're whatever. We were kind of slightly. We weren't disagreeing, but we were just kind of trying to put 2 points forward ahead of each other.
Yeah, like I was saying that I like to, you know, I make movies not for anybody else. But if they so happen to like it, then great. So therefore, I don't like getting criticism anymore because my movies, to me, is just like a therapeutic thing I do to witness beauty and to tie beautiful things together. And when I look at it, I feel very satisfied because I can see the artistry in my movies. But when, you know, sometimes people see them and they see nothing and just give me negative criticism saying it's boring, it's cramped, wasted my time, and that gets on my nerves.
Right. Well, I agree with you on that much, but then again, as I said, I mean, you should always be trying to communicate something.
I see. That's the point we disagreed on, because I don't think you should always need to be trying to communicate something.
Well, like when we were talking earlier on about your video, what is it? Your new idea. So tell us your idea. What is it about?
Yeah.
And you started talking about whatever it was about. I can't remember. Okay. And it's the same thing with all the other videos. I mean, it's always like, what is it trying to? What does it represent? You know, what is it about? What does it represent?
It doesn't represent any one particular thing. It represents whatever the viewer feels it represents.
Yeah,
because everybody symbolises the world slightly differently. But then sometimes the symbolic way people recognise the world does overlap, you know, and that's why some certain colours have similar, you know, meaning for some people. But I mean, generally,
what did you find out about Connor?
The structure. Wait a minute. Sorry. Sorry, this is being recorded. I'm just hyper-conscious about trying to sound good.
I was
I can't remember what I was saying.
Colours.
Oh yes, everything's everybody symbolises the world differently. So therefore, what I hope for my animations to be are structures that people can look at, which stimulate some kind of idea in the person. You know, almost like a sculpture. You know, like a.
Right. That's fair enough. Yeah, but I mean.
Especially blocks, that's the most like that one I've done, I think. It's just a structure, moving structure where something happens, and it can mean a great number of things. For me, it's all about order and chaos, but for somebody else, it could just, you know, it could just mean a load of cheese.
But if you think about, well, let me phrase this properly. If you're just kind of putting something there, which is kind of like, I mean, what you're saying, if you think about it, you make this animation which can be interpreted in many different ways, okay, a bit like a sculpture as well. How does that kind of express what you're kind of feeling? Do you know
well,
what
it
I
doesn't,
mean?
because it whatever. Well, okay, in some respect it does, because I make the structure and the thing to begin with. But I mean, you know, my reasons behind it, you know, are different to other people's. My meaning is different. My understanding of it is different.
Okay.
It's like free association.
Okay, that's fair enough. Meaning, fair enough. What about reason?
My reason for making it.
Yeah.
What I do is what I always wanted to do.
It's got to be something more than that. You can't just say you want to do it. I want to go for a beer.
Well, I mean, it's what I grew up doing. When I was a kid, I wanted to be, I loved Morph, and I loved, as I got older, I really loved Wallace and Gromit, and then I got into, reading and spirituality and psychology. Started trying to fix my own brain and bringing those ideas. Actually, I started making films therapeutically. Actually, I did that automatically. I just started off in the first place using a particular emotion I was feeling and take a cross section of it, and then develop from there. And that's how I got into doing that. So I did the same thing with blocks. I was using the concept of forgiveness. I was using it as a process of forgiveness, and from forgiveness is kind of like the center point of chaos and order. It's like bringing these chaotic feelings and working through them in an ordered pace through the medium of animation. I think that's pretty much why I did it. For my portfolio as well.
Doesn't seem like much of a reason besides something. I mean, still.
Well, it's quite a good reason. I mean, why do people play music? Why do people write poems?
Well, I always write poems because I have something I want to say.
Right. It's not a reason, though, is it?
It is. I want something.
Why do you want to say what you want to say?
Because I feel that it has to be said.
Why?
If somebody doesn't say it, it could go unsaid and unrecognised and unappreciated. And there is more important things in the world. Too many things that go unappreciated, and I think it's important that. I mean, much the same as. I think. Oh no, I read your book. Sorry, man. Things need to be approached. Things need to be questioned. Things need to be, challenged.
Okay, fair enough.
If you don't ask questions, you'll never have answers.
Okay, well that's your angle on the whole creative sphere. It's fine. You're in different side of the creative
I don't think
universe.
so.
Yeah.
I don't
Different
think
reasons.
there's a whole universe between you guys. Just different motivations for making things.
Yeah.
I'm from Dagobah and Fun is from Tatooine. Or the other way around.
Dagobah got killed,
I'm a con.
didn't it?
No, that's actually Yoda's planet. I subtly
I know.
did an egotistical thing there.
Well, I knew it was from Star Wars because I know Tatooine is the sandy planet.
Yeah.
I was at the Hoth system.
Hoth system was the ice planet.
That's what I thought. I think we're putting Jill on to sleep. Should we talk about something more interesting?
Right.
I'll stop that.